interwebs, and welcome back. I'm Shana, and this is I share my life and stories and visions, opinions, and whatever else I feel like. And today we are back with another Harry Potter Wizards Unite video. In this video, we're going to be talking about the up-and-coming Brilliant event, and then at the end of the video, if you stick around, I'm going to be sharing some gameplay, as well as my opinion on May's Community Day. So without too much rambling, let's go ahead and get into it. As you can see here, I have popped up our graphics from our lovely friend Orange Wizard. If you don't know who Orange Wizard is, get out from under your rock, go check out their social media. They make awesome graphics about Wizards Unite, Pokemon Go, and if you want to contribute to their being awesome, buy them a cup of coffee. You don't have to, but if you want to, you can. So, today we are talking about, as you can see, the Quidditch Cup Part 2 Brilliant event. So for this event, we are going to be having it from May 19th through May 26th, 2020. As usual, these events do start on Pacific Standard Time. So if you're in Japan, that's going to be May 20th to May 27th. Now, port keys are going to be their usual, at least during quarantine, 1.5 kilometer port keys. All spell energy on the map will give out 5 spell energy, which is nice if you have stuff spawning where you are. I do not, but that's fine. Next, let's take a look at what foundables we're going to be seeing this time. We have the Quidditch fan Luna Lovegood, the Bludger, and both of those are map encounters. We have the Quidditch Scorekeeper, which comes from your 1.5 kilometer port key. We have the Slytherin Chaser and the Gryffindor Beater, which both come from event tasks. And then we also have Quidditch fan Professor McGonagall, who comes from your fortresses. So take advantage of that night bus if you are not near a fortress and hop on it. Go get those foundables. Next, let's talk about our event tasks. So for part 1 of 4, we're going to have to earn 1,000 Wizarding XP, return 5 Brilliant Bludgers, and collect 2 ingredients or portmanteaus. So you'll see throughout this, there's a theme of collecting ingredients and portmanteaus off the map. So make sure you either have space to be able to collect those portmanteaus, or your inventory for your ingredients is not always full. Clear up a little bit of space, go through what you have now, and get ready for that. For part 2 of 4, we're going to return 4 magical games and sports foundables, return 7 magical megaphones, and then cast Flipendo 10 times. And I'll show you shortly which foundables use Flipendo as your spell cast. For part 3 of 4, we have to return 5 Beater's Bats, return 10 Brilliant Quidditch fan Lunas, and collect 7 ingredients or portmanteaus on the map. For part 4 of 4, we have to cast Flipendo 15 times, return 10 Quaffles, and then use the tonic for trace detection 2 times. Now, of course, we are not finished with 1, 2, and 3, and 4 for our event tasks. We also have to do our bonus tasks. For a bonus, we have to earn 10,000 Wizarding XP, use our tonic for trace detection 3 times, return 30 Brilliant Foundables, cast Flipendo 45 times, return 20 Magical Game and Sports Foundables, and that's it. You'll be finished. So you are going to need those tonic for trace detections 3 times for your bonus, so make sure you already have those brewed. That shouldn't be a problem. If you're somewhere where stuff spawns, the tonic for trace detection ingredients spawn pretty often, so you should be able to have that. If you are like me and nothing spawns where you are, try and collect it while you can. Go take a drive somewhere, sit in a park, sit wherever, and collect ingredients so you can stock up and be ready for this event. Let's take a look at our boxes. We have our complimentary gift where we're going to get some lovely ingredients for tonic for trace detection, as well as 50 spell energy, which will be very useful. We have our SOS bundle, Brilliant bundle, and bonus bundle if that's your jam and you want to help support the company that makes this game and you want to purchase that, because I'm sure they would highly appreciate it. Or you can just use the gold that you get from doing tasks and stuff, but I feel like I always end up having to actually like spend money when I want stuff like this because it's a little bit on the pricier side. So for our foundables that use the Flipendo spellcast, we're going to be looking at the Magical Megaphone, the Quaffle, Hagrid's Umbrella, the Beater's Bat, the Mirror of Erised, and the Veil. So we have a couple different groups of foundables that actually use that spell cast, so just keep an eye on your map, make sure you're grabbing everything you see, get all that experience, and prestige those pages if you can, because that would be pretty awesome, right? So that's pretty much it for what's coming up for this event. Pretty excited about it. I think it will be an easy run through, but also fun, of course, and also doable from home, assuming things spawn where you live. I can kind of walk through the neighborhood where I'm at, and there are little pockets where things will spawn, but if I'm like just at the house or just on my street even, nothing's here. Nothing's here, but it is what it is. So next, let's get into the community day gameplay and we'll talk more about that, and let's go.
The SOS Task Force has issued you a special assignment. Check your assignments to get started earning rewards. So starting community day off, the first thing I always do is collect my complimentary gift. The reason I didn't immediately jump into doing the tasks and completing the special community day event was actually because I popped an Extimulo potion. I was sitting in a parking lot with my brother getting breakfast for the family and wanted to get some of the foundables around there, but also I wanted to go through my port keys. I knew that my port keys would offer me a lot of extra spell energy that I'm actually not able to get while I'm at home because nothing spawns where I am. So I wanted to go into my port keys, I wanted to get ingredients, I wanted to get spell energy, I wanted to get experience, all of the above. So that is why I went with this particular strategy and saved up all of these port keys for this day in particular. After popping out of the port keys, wanted to pop over to my notepad and take a look at the list of foundables that require doing fortress battles to get the fragments. So what I did was I went through all of those foundables and I went through my registry and I kind of categorized them based on how many fragments I had out of how many are needed and how close I am to prestiging the page with that. And if it says prestige level, that means that I was only going to prestige that particular fragment and not the actual page if I got fragments for it. So if I put a 5-star beside it, that meant that I was going to do that one first and descending from there with stars. So for task 1 out of 4, we had to take the night bus and win 1 wizarding challenge in Runes Chamber 2, Runes Chamber 3, and Runes Chamber 4 before moving on to the next task. So I didn't hear whether or not anybody else had some issues while they were enjoying Community Day, but I did run into some problems while I was going into different fortresses. The game was being really, really laggy, and I ended up getting kicked out a couple times, but overall it worked out pretty well and I didn't have any major issues. So we finished up part 1 of 4. We're gonna go ahead and collect all of these rewards, and then we're going to move on to part 2 of 4. Part 2 of 4, we had to take the night bus and win 1 wizarding challenge in Tower Chamber 1, Tower Chamber 3, and Tower Chamber 5. So I only had one time where I went into a fortress and we got in and somebody had already left, and then I got out of a fight and it was just me, and I was like, oh, there's no way I'm gonna be able to do this. I think I was in one of the dark chambers. So I ended up having to quit myself, but it was only one time, so it wasn't a big deal. And other than that, it was just a few laggy issues. Because of some of the laggy issues, I ended up having the whole game freeze at one point, and I did lose some of my footage, my screen recording, but that's all right. I think it was a lot of fun. I really enjoyed playing Community Day, and I again liked that I could do it from home. Why am I such a homebody sometimes? I don't know. Alright, for part 3 of 4, we had to take the night bus and win 1 wizarding challenge in Forest Chamber 2, Forest Chamber 4, and Dark Chamber 1. Totally unrelated to the game, but I just wanted to check in with everybody out there and see how all of you are doing. through your quarantines, if maybe your quarantine is lifting where you're at, if you're still social distancing. What's going on with you guys? How's everything going? How are you emotionally? How are you physically? Have you learned anything new while you've been in quarantine? Have you lost weight? Have you gained weight? What's been going on? Tell me about it. And I hope that all of you are doing well, both physically and mentally, and just know that I am thinking about you and I care. So. And finally, for part 404, we had to win one Wizarding Challenge in Dark Chamber 3, Dark Chamber 4, and Dark Chamber 5. And after jumping in and out and trying to find some groups that weren't just Aurors or just Aurors and Magizoologists or just Aurors and Professors, we finally completed all of our tasks. However, obviously I did keep playing because there were some other fragments that I really wanted to get before I called it quits for the day. So. You guys will have to let me know down in the comments what you thought about Community Day, if you got all the fragments that you were looking for, and if you ran into any issues like I did, or different from what I did, whatever. Let me know down in the comments because I am very interested in your ideas and your opinions and your experiences, and obviously if you ever have any tips for me, feel free to share them as well.
And that pretty much wraps it up for this one. I hope you guys liked it. If you did, please make sure to like, comment, subscribe. And if you don't know what to comment down below, leave a lightning bolt emoji. Not only does it help my channel a lot, but at least knowing that you're here, it gives us a chance to chat. And of course, I just love to see your faces down there. If you want to know a way to help out my channel, down below, there are links to my website, my merch store, and my Patreon. There's zero obligation to check any of those out, but if you want to, you can. Thank you guys so much for watching. I appreciate all of you so very much, and I'll see you next time. Bye! Oh, hello there. Yes, this is me casually drinking from my Ginky AF merch because I don't have any bloopers to share. But if you like my cup or my shirt or some leggings or some socks, there's links in the description below. Be Ginky and enjoy your coffee or tea or water or whatever else you like to drink from mugs.